Hello, I'm Stephen Fischbach, captain over the Eastway Patrol Division. And we're here off of Central Avenue, where last night, shortly after 5 p.m., one of our citizens parked her vehicle outside of a laundromat, went inside to do her laundry, while leaving a 4-year-old child inside of the car, unsecured and running. The female came back outside of the laundromat to find her vehicle and her child missing. Officers of the Eastway Patrol Division were able to make contact with detectives in our real-time crime center, and surveillance footage was obtained that showed that after the female had left her car out in the parking lot, three juvenile subjects, came and snooped around her car, with 2 of those subjects getting into the car and taking off. That third subject fled on foot, but it was apparent from watching that surveillance footage that that third subject was involved as being a lookout as part of that crime. Immediately, Eastway Patrol Division started putting the car information out across the city in hopes of locating the child and that vehicle. A certain amount of time elapsed, and officers in a neighboring division were able to get behind that stolen vehicle, and they tried to initiate a traffic stop. However, the suspects did not stop and continued to flee from the officers. A vehicle pursuit did take place. During the transition of the ground units relinquishing control of the pursuit over to the helicopter, the suspect vehicle struck a curb, became inoperable, which allowed our ground units to come up and safely make the arrest of those 2 juveniles inside of the car, as well as secure the safety of that child that was in the car. The child was not harmed, and the 2 suspects were taken into custody without any kind of incident. During follow-up investigation, the mother was issued a citation for misdemeanor child abuse for leaving her child in an unsecured car by themselves for approximately 20 minutes. The juvenile suspects that were inside of the vehicle were both charged with committing the auto theft as well as the kidnapping, and a third juvenile was charged with conspiracy to commit that auto theft. Those 3 juveniles are in the custody of the Department of Juvenile Justice. This case would not have had a successful outcome had it not been for those quick-thinking officers out there on the scene and in that vehicle pursuit, along with the collaborative efforts with the real-time crime center, the helicopter unit, and our constant partnership with the Department of Juvenile Justice that allowed us to get the secure custody orders on those 3 juveniles. It is important to remember in this case that it was approximately 15 minutes before the police department was even made aware that this vehicle and child had been taken. From there, it was several other minutes before we got behind the suspect vehicle. I have to point out that the juvenile suspects in this case had ample opportunity to realize that there was a 4-year-old child in the car they had just taken. They had plenty of opportunity to pull over, leave this car in a safe location, or pull over in a safe location and take this child out of the car. That didn't happen. It was because of the actions and the quick thinking of your Charlotte-Mecklenburg police officers that 4-year-old child is safe at home with their family today.